Hello and welcome to the Kitchen Knitter in her craft room. My name is Suzanne and I live in Cheshire in the northwest of England with my husband. And I thought it was about time I did another one of these podcasts. I did my first one, I think, way back in November, and just show you what I've been sewing. So the first thing is at Christmas we were in a cottage down in East Sussex, and we were not far from Rye. In fact, we were about 10 minutes away. So a visit to Merchant and Mills had to be done. And I bought this fabric, and I've just made another, and I'll push you back. I made another, it's the Hattie dress, I think. I think it's the Hattie dress. And it's just the same. I've gathered it this time. Sometimes I do pleat them. And I made the sleeves a tad longer, not that much longer. I think they're up here normally, and I don't put pockets in. I think I'm the only woman in the world who doesn't want a pocket in her dress. I also bought this fabric. I bought enough to make a dress. Again, I can't remember what this fabric is. I think they're still on the website. I can't remember. I want to say this one's Forager, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not any percent sure really. And I can't remember what that one is. This is coming out more grey, but it's a sort of a blue and then a darker blue, and it's a sort of I don't know how you'd. I've had a couple of goes at doing this podcast around this room. The light it's a bit of a dull day. It's cloudy, but I don't know. Just I'm not sure. I think I did a couple of goes, and the lighting seemed to be okay, but it does. I think that's a bit better. That's a bit better. So this will probably be another. It's the one I go to all the time, the Hattie or the Ellis. I think the Ellis is the one with the short sleeves, and you then line, and I've never bothered lining it. I just use bias binding on because if I don't put sleeves in, I'm not going to wear it sleeveless. No, my arms, no, they're better covered up. So I would wear it with a cardigan. So that's that was the two fabrics I've recently bought. And then I don't know what I was thinking when I was in Cool Crafting last summer. We went up to the Lake District for a family party, and Cool Crafting again had to be. We went up a bit earlier, and I called into Cool Crafting, and I bought this material. Oh, I've left the pattern over there, and I bought. Can you see? I don't know quite what I was thinking. I think I had a bit of a Julie Andrews moment here, and I'd made something out of the curtains, but I think I might take this dress, unpick this dress, and just make this into a skirt. I think it would look a lot better. I don't know. I felt as if it was just that. It's gorgeous fabric, but it was just a bit too busy. Looked a bit. I don't want to say the word mumsy, but just I don't know. I didn't feel right. And this one is not a Hattie. It is a Tilly and the Buttons dress, but it's very similar. It's got the gathered bit there, but it if I remember rightly, it goes up a little bit here, and you can put like the like a ruffle on the outside. Just let me get the patterns. So that's the pattern, and you can see that you can put the ruffle on the outside, and it ever so slightly, because I didn't do the frilly sleeves. That's the bit at the back there, or the schematic, I think you'd call it, wouldn't you? So I made that into the dress, but I've only worn it once, and I'm not sure. I do feel like I've got the sitting room curtains on, so And I like the fact it had long sleeves as well, and quite a low neck. Yep, I like that. I liked it apart from my choice of fabric. I think it will look better as a skirt. I mean, it's beautiful fabric. It's gorgeous. But I don't know. And the other dress, I'm not sure if I might have showed this on my knitting podcast before I decided. And it's finished apart from this bit here. And this is a pattern by the Japanese pattern. I'm going to have to put my glasses on now. And it's Linnet. It's from Linnet, and it's pattern number 127. And it's sort of the classic, sort of gathered there, longer sleeves and just hemmed, but it's a collar and a little placket, and that's as far as I've got because I haven't done buttonholes for so long that I'm trying to, no, that's no good anyway, but you see and I think because you put a bit of, I've got some Liberty bias binding there. You could make it out of the fabric, but I thought, oh, I'll be a bit arty, and I'll use, I think that's Liberty bias binding. I think so. I bought that from Guthrie and Garney a long time ago. And this fabric is from Merchant and Mills. It is calamine. Gorgeous. So again, I've not worn this. Well, I can't wear it, can I? But I need to be brave and just, I mean, it would take me what, half an hour, and then it's done. But I'm scared. I'm scared of buttonholes. I haven't done them for a long time. I mean, that's the beauty of the Ellis and the Hattie dress. There's no buttonholes. There's no zips. Anyway, but that's. And it's a little bit out of my comfort zone too, with a collar and things, but we'll see. So I've got that to finish, and the other one I've got is on the mannequin behind me there. That's not finished, and this is another Linnet pattern. It's number 34, and I don't know if you can see. I just haven't finished it. But again, it's but that's got a zip down the back. And I put the zip in, but I'm thinking, I'm not sure. And this is a Japanese pattern, but it's in English. But you get the Japanese. But it's an easy pattern to follow. It's not. Although this is French, so but I've got an English pattern, and they call it a box pleat one piece. Oh, itchy nose. So I've just, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. So I've just got to finish. I've put some bias binding around there, and I need to sew that down, and I need to hem it, and think about the zip as to whether I keep it or not. I don't know. You see, that's in a Merchant and Mills fabric, silk grey, which I've made a few dresses in that. I mean, I made a camber dress in the silk grey when I first started using Merchant and Mills pattern, and I wore it till it fell to pieces. I kept repairing it, then I just couldn't repair it anymore. I loved it. I love that colour. Gorgeous. So that's what I've been making. I have got another pattern which I haven't opened yet. And it's a standing collar dress, and it's number 118. Again, it's a similar style, but look, there's a pocket on the front, and there's gathers, and like a little cuff. So again, it's there's a little bit more detail than I'm used to doing. I'm just lazy, really. I want to get it done as quickly as possible so I can wear it. I don't really want to faff about. My issue is just getting it all neat enough and getting the collar neat enough, because it's in everybody's eye line, isn't it? It's, you can see it, sort of thing. You can't disguise it if there's a mistake. Anyway, I'll have a go at that. And these patterns come from Japan, but they came very quickly. But I've had them a while, so I don't know. I can't remember how much it cost. I can't remember. But the postage wasn't ridiculous, or I wouldn't have bought them. So I've got those, and the other thing I've got is, because I would like to do this. Liberty. I brought everything to the sofa. Liberty issued, is that the right word? Produced some new fabrics called the Botanist's Walk, and they're these gorgeous. I got a few of them because I want to make. I can't hold them all up. I bought these from Wool Warehouse, and oh, that's probably a better way of showing them. Just some gorgeous fabrics. And I want to make this quilt, the Botanist's Walk quilt. And it's a free pattern. I downloaded it from the Liberty website, I think. Yes, that's probably a better picture of it. So I've got the fabric, I've got the pattern. I just need to start it. But it's lovely fabrics. Can't beat Liberty fabrics. So. Oh, isn't that lovely? I think, oh, I'd love a dress in that. And then I think, well, no, I just look wrong. Gorgeous. Some with sort of little scenes, and then back to the florals. So that's a plan, but I think I will finish a quilt I'm doing first, and it's a quilt I started last year and then sort of gave up on a bit because I was making a mess of it, and I had to. It was a subscription. It wasn't a block of the month. It was the subscription was. There were two. There was the Aurora Stars, which I got, and I think the other one was called the Rainbow or Rainbow something. And so you got once a month. You got the instruction booklet, and you got the fabric, and these are all the instructions on how to cut it out. And those were the sort of the fabrics. That was in month 3, which is I'm doing at the moment. But block 1 was you made 4 like this. So there was 2 of what are called Sophie's Choice, and 2. Where's my other little book? There we go. So you got. It'd be easy to show you like this. No, that's and it's Ribbon Star and Sarah's, not Sophie's Choice, Sarah's Choice, and then it was how to cut them out. So there were these, and I can't remember which one's which now, but that's. And then you did another 2 in that fabric. So you get the Liberty fabric, and you also get the plain fabric, which is Liberty, but it's just plain. It's like a cotton and linen mix, maybe more cotton than linen. So that was that one, and I just made an absolute mess of the first block. So I thought, oh, and I just left it then. I think I was trying to be too much of a hurry, so I thought, right, I'm going to wait until I get all the boxes, which is 12 because it's an annual subscription, and I'll then start. And I started in January, so I did that in January, and I did the second one in February, and they were all flying geese, but you had to do 8 of these. So they're all flying geese. I've got my little post-it on there to tell me which one it is, because I haven't got as far as looking as to how you put everything together. And then I've just started block 3, which are the what do they call them? Quarter square triangles, and it's the Ohio Star. I think so you have to cut it down from you cut it down from that, and I have done, and you end up with a square like that where you've got, and again, the first time I did this, I did it wrong. I ended up sewing. Oops. I don't read the instructions properly. That's the thing. So anyway, I'm back on track with that, and I'm just going to do it month by month. And it's not the end of March yet. I'm taking some time off work next week. I'm going to take I've taken a week off. I only work 3 days a week, but I've taken those 3 days up next week. So I am going to hopefully get into the garden as well, but I'm going to crack on with some sewing, and maybe get some things finished. I certainly won't have got this finished. I'm keeping it in a lovely box that I got from Diaries with I can't remember what was in it now. One of her edits. So that's the quilt in the making. And the other thing, and I've got that quilt plan, but I have subscribed to Alice Caroline again, and you get monthly, you get 6 Tarnalone flat quarters, and this is the first one. I've only got it only started this month, so these are the beautiful Liberty fabrics that you get once a month, and they're sort of they're picked, but they're coordinated as well. But lovely. Again, I have no idea what I'm the Liberty Stars Club, that's what it is, I'm going to do with them, but we'll see. I mean, I am of an age where I could retire, but I'm not quite ready to retire yet. And the people who work with have said they don't want me to retire. I don't know if they're just being kind, but anyway. So I'm gonna, I'm sort of stocking up on things really, because once I do give up work, I'm not going to have the same amount of spending power, and so I'll have lots of things to fall back on, and I'll have lots more time as well. That's what this, well, yeah, we'll see. So that's that. I have got, well, no, she's not quite finished, but this weekend I made a lunar lapam. Where I work, next Saturday, we're having a seed and plant swap event, and we're doing and it's a garden themed tombola. So I said, well, would you like a lunar who's garden themed? So she's in her gardening apron, she's got her wellies on, and she's got her gardening hat on. Now I've just realised I haven't finished this. She's supposed to knit a little bridge across there, but to all intents and purposes, this is what it looks like. Little knitted hat. The fabric is from, the whole kit is from Cool Crafting. I bought the kit. I bought the pattern for the hat. It's a PDF pattern, but you have to pay for it. Well, it's only about £3, I think. So I knitted. I found a little rose. I think it's. Oh, I did have it somewhere. Anyway, it's there somewhere. A little rose, little ribbon rose. I'll probably sew that on. This fabric it's from Cool Crafting, but it's Lewis and Irene's the Kitchen Garden collection, and the Wellingtons are a kit from Cool. It's all Luna, Lapin and Friends, and you get the pattern. And I chose the yellow felt. I think you can get blue and black, but I thought let's go colourful. So she's all there ready as a tombola prize, but she's garden themed. Oh, and the apron is again from Cool Crafting. Here we are. It's Granny's wash day apron. So I bought the pattern for that. That comes separately. It doesn't come. It just comes on its own. It doesn't come with any fabric. There we are. She's very cute. She's very cute, Luna. So I've got another one over there I've made, but she's patiently waiting for her clothes. I sort of had to put everything on hold because I needed to get this done. So she's all ready, and she's even got her wellies. Look, and they've got the buckle on them and the vent and as if they're hunter wellies or Barbara or whatever. So she's all ready. I like the grey. You can get various felts to do Luna, but I like that. I think that one's called Luna Grey. It's I like that one. I have made a white one, and it's lovely, but I think I prefer the grey. And the other thing I've been now is it's still in pieces, but I started before I decided I would make a Luna for the tombola. I started making a Renard the fox. So we've got his head, and again he's very cute. I've done him on the machine. I thought it would be easier. It's not, but and I've got all, and this is what he should look like when he's finished. I've got the kit, and I haven't got it out, but I've bought the fabric. It's in the kit to make his. This is the mossy green, so this is dark green corduroys, and then a tweed jacket and a Liberty cravat. So I'm making him for a raffle prize for a colleague who's doing the Time for a Cuppa, which I think is for, is it Alzheimer's or Dementia UK? I can't remember exactly, but it's a nationwide thing. Time for a Cuppa. I'm sure it's either Alzheimer's Society or Dementia UK. Anyway, he's going to be a raffle prize. And then I think I might make one for myself. It's all in pieces. I've done a leg, and then I've got the rest of the bits to do, and then of course I've got his outfit to do. But it doesn't take, once I get going, it doesn't take me long. Got another leg to do there. Plenty of stuffing. Right, what else have I got? I think in my last podcast, I can't find it. Oh, there it is. I said I had gone down the rabbit hole of cross stitch on linen. So I've had a few false starts with this as well. I think it's just getting used to everything. I decided I would have a go at this chart, and it's from the Scarlet House, and it's called Elizabeth's Four Dogs, because I thought I liked the colours. I thought it's not going to be easier but more manageable than a bigger sampler or bigger chart. And this is as far as I've got, because there's been a lot of starts and pulling it out and starting again. Now, as you can see, I've got a bit of a wobble there. Those two are lined up nicely. Those two are roughly lined up, but these, I don't think they're lined up at all properly. If you compare it to the chart, I think I'm a bit on the wonk. But I'm very self-critical, and I just kept pulling it back to the point where I thought, I'm going to ruin this linen. And I'm knitting it on the call for linen, which is Sleeping Bear by Needle and Flax. Now this is 36 count, because that's the one I had, whereas the chart calls for 40 count. But I don't know, again, I don't know if that's the wrong thing to do or what, I don't know. But I'm sure it was Sian from Periwinkle Stitcher who said she preferred 36 to 40 and often changed. So that it's not, I don't think it's a disaster that I've not got the right linen. And I'm using all the call for threads. I've got them on my floss drop. They're looking a bit untidy. I need to make a thread bed. I've got all these bits. So these are the colours. Absolutely gorgeous colours, and they're all classic Colourworks. Wagon Wheel, and there's a lovely one there. This blue is gorgeous, and it's called Dublin Bay, and it's a beautiful grey blue, gorgeous. And yeah, so those are so I'm making very slow progress on it. I have started the little dog, who's one side of the tree. It's one of the dogs. Yeah, I mean, I will finish it, but goodness knows how long it's going to take me. I have to sit under a magnifying light, and and that helps, because it really is tightly woven. The only cross stitch I've done in the past has been on Ada, where you can actually see the holes, can't you? But no, I like the look of the linen. I like that. I think it just looks lovely, and it's all safe in my embroidery bag from Davina, Little Workroom Crafts. She doesn't make these very often, so I managed to snap one up. So I will carry on with that, and I do enjoy it. I find it quite addictive. I was sewing, doing a little bit of it yesterday, and it was, just do this little bit more, just do a little bit more. And my husband's sort of, are we eating tonight? So it is very addictive, and I will keep going with that. The other thing I think I showed you last time was some embroidery, and I took it all out and started again, and I've got this far now, and this is an embroidery kit from the Stitchery. Let's see, I've got a picture of it, and it's Midsummer Blooms, it's called, and that's what it's like there. Mine looks nothing like that, or is going to look nothing like that. That is beautiful. But I thought, I can't keep stopping and starting and going back, and maybe because I was rushing it, I don't know. But I've started to do the basket there, and again I'm looking at it thinking, I'm not sure that's right, but I'm leaving it. I'm going to carry on and make a little pillow for a bowl. I fancy one of those dough bowls that everybody has, you know, puts their little, I think they call them smalls in. And I'm going to do this with these as well, with the little pillows. And then maybe some, I've got quite a few of these. I can't resist these kits because everything comes so beautifully presented. I'm keeping all mine in a little basket, little rope bowl that was made by Jules from So Sweet Violet. And so it's all, everything's in there, the threads. And again, you see, I need a thread bed. I've got all tangled up, but it's from the Stitchery. I've got my needles, and I can't find the folder that came in because it comes all beautifully tied up with sometimes dyed ribbon. Oh, this is just white ribbon, beautiful. It's like vintage ribbon. It's the Stitchery. But I mean, the Stitchery needs no introduction from me. So I'm going to chip away at that. My little needle minder is from I think it's Castleview Crafts. She does lovely. It's got a jammy dodger and a Battenberg and a slice of cake. Lovely. Could do with a few more of these actually. I've only got the one. So I think that's all my stitching that I've done. But this morning I had pre-ordered this book, and it came this morning, and it's My Dear Jane from Accufactum. I bought this from Elmhurst Fabrics, and it's using and it's all things Jane Austen. It's gorgeous. I don't know if you can get a close-up of the fabrics. There's a quilt in here I would like to. I have literally only just thumbed through it. There's some lovely, oh, there it is. There's that's the, you can see that, that's the quilt. And the fabrics, that's it, made up there. I don't know if you can see, but it's just beautiful. I think I showed the quilt I was going to make with Accufactum fabric with the book. I got the book, and the quilt's over there, but it's on my husband made me a quilt ladder for Christmas. I don't know if you can see, if I can twiddle you round, I'm not sure. If you can see it there, and that's I'm pointing, and you can't see where I'm pointing. That's where I'm at there. That's my Accufactum and a naked Luna. But it's I haven't you've got to stitch in the ditch, and that's something I've never done before. So I ordered a stitch in the ditch foot for my sewing machine, and again, I think that's something I might attempt next week when I'm off work, because I'll have 3 days of sewing and things. I've got nothing else planned. It'll just be sewing and knitting. I'm looking forward to it, and getting into the garden. I've put a lot of seeds in, but nothing's germinating. I bought myself a windowsill germinator, and that's working. My sweet peas have all come up, and I've potted on some, and I'm growing some more now. But my Nicotiana and things like that, they're not germinating yet. But anyway, we'll see. I only did them last weekend, so perhaps it's early days yet. I think that's it. I did think I wouldn't have that much to show, but there's quite a bit going on, isn't there? I've probably forgotten something, but I can show that next time. Yes, and hopefully I will have a knitting podcast up at some point, maybe towards the end of next week. I might do one this week, I don't know. I haven't finished anything. We'll see. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing and liking. it means a lot. And also apparently that sort of thing gets my channel out to more people. So that's lovely. So next time I do this podcast from my craft room, I might have that dress on. I might.